Welcome to shrunkenTERRA Gaming. We are a gaming shop in Burgess Hill, West Sussex, England, for
if
some
you
of
couldn't tell by our accents.
We finally have Indomitus, so rather than a bunch of nonsense talking about the box, we're just going to open the box.
So we're filming this on Friday. Is it the 24th?
Yep, so day before this will be in your hands, probably all of your hands, or you'll have it in about 3 months if you did the made to order one. We still have some copies, get in touch.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the cover again, and then there's a lot of stuff in here.
It's a heavy box.
Sweetheart, protective plastic, and then
the sprues. Yes. Lift them all out,
Yeah, let's get the whole thing out.
See how much plastic's in there.
Look at all this. They're fine, the plastic is strong. Lots of plastic. Whole pile of crap right there. Plastic crap. Another art piece. Info on what you're getting. Instructions, which I know you think you're too cool for it. Read the instructions. Lots of finicky little bits. Classic style BW's been using for years now. Recyclable plastic. And basic PowerPoint rules, or power level rules, and then some blurb. You don't get any of the actual points for match play, but you do get the power level and the rules that you need for these. And notice for the Necrons, it says look at the Necron Codex for the reanimation rules. So ask your friend if you don't actually have anything, or buy the Codex, but it might be being re-released. So.
Yeah, it seems silly to buy a Codex.
I run
right
a store
now.
and I'm hesitant about getting the Codex because I don't know what's going on. And then we've got the cool cover with no wording at all. It does have on the side though.
It's cool. It's cool with no wording. It looks like more of a collector's
like art piece. You can just have that on your wall right there next to your other cool art, so you frame it properly.
Yep.
Then we got the transfers Marines only, because they just stopped doing that silver fake hieroglyphs that no one put on their Necrons anyway.
Did they do transfers?
Yeah, because I got some with my monoliths, and I feel like I put them on there. But at some point we'll show you them. It'll either be on there or not. If they are, you can't even see them. Because I painted it silver and they're silver transfers, so what's the point?
Yeah, I didn't even know they did that.
Exactly, he was there when I built it.
Yeah, and I didn't even
know because it's irrelevant. And then the final piece in the box, got the bag of bases. Most of the basic size bases going up to 40mm for your Terminators and similar sized minis. A couple of large ones you got for the War of the Worlds, totally not War of the Worlds, Walker, forgot the name of it, and for the Scorpex Destroyer Lord, just that badass guy with the every scissor hand.
What's he got, 4 arms with?
3 arms, but one of them's got a double, talking to Chris earlier about it, it's got an 18-inch gun with 2d3 shots. Strength 6, I want to say, and AP -2. Some of these might be wrong. We can look at it. We can quickly look at the book right now. Just that one, we'll do a different video on this. But just for that, I guess it's strength 6, AP -1, damage 1, blast 2d3 shots, assault. So you're running into action, gunning them down.
And then he's got 2 other weapons.
Yeah. One of them's ridiculous, and the other one's also ridiculous.
So here we are, starting with the Space Marine bike sprue. It's pretty cool that it's on its own sprue, rather than mixed up with the other guys. So if you just want the bikes from the box, it's pretty easy to
just
separate them out and then sell the rest to someone else, or buy this off one of your friends.
And easy to see which bits you've got if you just wanted the bikes on their own for some kind of terrain, for those of you who just bought it for the Necrons and need debris.
Who would use that as debris, Jake?
Necron players.
Anyway, let's look at the sprue. These bikes look really good. They're big, they're chunky, which is great.
Similar to like a Harley Davidson meets the Mark IV bike from Forge World.
Yeah, and they're not too over the top as well.
Yeah,
quite a lot of like Age of Sigmar stuff is going really over the top. So it's nice to see that these are actually pretty simple but cool.
That's what I like about the Primaris concept, which is that they're actually advancing stuff, moving it forward rather than looking like all AdMech stuff, which is awesome, but old and raggedy, rather than, this was just made, obviously. Looks sweet. Oh, actually, these could be pretty good. Never remember the name of the bike, the one that Judge Dredd wrote. especially in the newer one, in Dread.
Can't remember.
It's a lawgiver bike, and a lawgiver's the gun.
Yeah.
It's a sweet bike, can do quite a few different things with it. Sure. Different arms as well. So.
Yeah, different arms. The chainsaw arms, they're looking cool. They are separate as well, so you know they're separated at the arm, which is sweet.
You can actually put power swords on if you wanted. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever the rules end up being, meaningless for your conversions. If you want to turn those into chain axes, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, because if you want to be like chaos or
Exactly.
something and use these bikes, because you're probably going to have to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Because it takes ages
And
to
then you've
release
got
new chaos stuff.
backpacks nice and separate, so they're not weirdly integral to the bike or something, like some of their old models, which look cool but were terrible for kit bashing.
Yeah, exactly, because you know you might have your own backpacks you want to put on
Yeah.
there.
So just for chaos, as you were saying, simple.
Get some spiky bits on there. Right, next sprue which is in the list is Necrons. For
We've
you,
got
Jay.
the 3 Scorpec destroyers, which look awesome. So I like that they're tripods rather than the flying stands, which never made it to anyone's house or the store.
Yep. The old Necron destroyers were a pain.
It's one of my favourite little things, the little plasma sight here. It's kind of like a cherub for the Scorpex. I actually had a look at the rules now, that they loosely, if you just say so in the command phase, I might be getting the phase wrong, say so before combat, you get an extra attack and strength for each model, but you must roll a d6 first. If you get a 1, one of the destroyers is destroyed.
What?
And also because apparently they just have design for destruction or something similar to that, they just get to re-roll failed hits of 1.
Because
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Model wise, very little conversion, essentially none. Like even with the heads, don't bother. Like if you've got some old Tomb Kings or something and you want to make them look like that, go ahead. But just make them; they look cool.
Right, next one is one of the HQ sprues we've got here. I think this is the second in command. I think this is the Royal Warden, and that's the Space Marine Lieutenant. So let's do that.
Everything's awesome on that guy,
Yep, he's got,
especially the heraldic shield.
yes.
Proper knight.
Yep. Just those bits are really cool. The stuff that sticks over their breastplate, which the Black Templar upgrade sprue back in the day, back in 3rd edition or something that came out, they used to have these, and just that little thing which makes your models look awesome.
You can do the full chapter, and then if you've got your own family crest or just something you made up, put it on there.
Yeah, it's great. And he's got a really cool backpack with the iron halo attached. What they used to do is you get normal backpacks, and these bits used to be separate, which you'd have to
It's
stick
so
onto the back.
finicky as well. It's,
Yeah.
It's slightly drooped to one side or the other, or you hadn't put it on, or your mate spoke to you, or just poked it to be that guy.
Yep, and yes, it would always snap off, and it just looked like it wasn't fully attached. It looked like a separate piece. It was a bit janky. Now, looks really good. So yeah, this is the lieutenant guy with the Volkite pistol, I
Yeah,
think
looks
it
like
is.
a Volkite Charger.
Which is cool. His shield is awesome. I really like that shield. And look, the shield is not attached to his hand. You know, you stick the shield onto the hand, so you can just use that shield for someone else.
And if,
in your army.
if you wanted to change it up to like your Forge World Black Templar shield, or if you wanted to
Yep.
print one, I'm going to probably do a Minotaur's one for mine.
Yeah, so you've got the arm there, which you can stick a shield straight onto. Easy conversion. Sweet.
And then Royal Warden is similar to the Scorpec Destroyers. He's just a Necron who looks cool. Head swap would be easier, but it looks amazing anyway. Damage some of these if you wanted to mix it up. If you've got a couple of boxes, if you're splitting with a friend, so they've got twice the Marines, you've got twice the Necrons. But it's a Necron.
Yeah, but to be fair, you can actually do something with the body. 'Cause look, you've got the breastplate here, which you stick onto the body, and then you've just got a solid body by itself. You can use that for a lord or something. You don't have to.
And you
use
can,
his-
if the sculptors out there, you could do some bits on here completely separate from it as well, so it doesn't need to be integral.
Yeah.
Or just make a new one, or if you're pressing your own moulds, try on that.
Yeah. It's cool. Next. Oh, it's another Necron one. There you go.
It's one of the sweet ones. So we've got the, what was it called, Canoptech Reanimator, so the War of the Worlds looking dude. And we also have the Scorpec Destroyer Lord. You can see the Edward Scissorhands claw there.
That's beastly.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's the base alone's got so much detail on it for the modelling side of it. Just
It's got
three
tiny
teeny little scarabs crawling over the ruins of an imperial world. And then you've got the what are these called? The not flayers that we're worried they're going to be replacing flayed ones, but they're Canoptech Thralls.
Oh yeah, the guys with the jet engines
Yeah.
as bodies, so they obviously go really fast.
And the monocle as the eye, and then you've got the Plasmancer here, here and around. Basically just a cryptech that controls these guys.
Yeah.
And that's all you've got on the sprue. There's lots of detail on here, like little bits of bashing you could do with the minis.
Yeah.
Loads of basing detail, miniature detail, and battle damage everywhere.
Yeah, I'm really liking the battle damage, like you said, on all the guys. That really makes the Necrons look so much cooler than they used to. Because they look too clean and perfect before.
Some of them are 40 million years old. I know they've been repaired. Nothing gets repaired that well over 40 million years.
Alright, now we're on to the big Space Marine sprue.
That's got all of your cool stuff on
That's
there.
got all the cool stuff, yeah. This has got the Eradicators on here. This has got the Ancient. This has got the Judicar, Chaplain, Blade Guard. Yeah. All the elite units. And it looks sick. It looks so good.
You can see some of these being used in painting competitions for at least the next year.
Yeah, definitely. Especially my favourite is looking like the Ancient. He's over here. His body is really cool. It's like a medieval man-at-arms guy.
Yeah, looks amazing.
Yeah, it's just so good.
Just holding a relic, so Saint's hand.
The hand of the guy who held the standard before him, I think, is what it is.
Obviously, the original hand of Saint Augustine, Baldric assures us that there are not more than two.
But that's such a sick body for a Dark Angels player, for a Black Templars player. That's amazing. That's really cool. And then we've got the shields again, just for the normal Blade Guard. That's really cool.
Not completely separate on this one, but they are just at the hand.
Yeah,
so
just at the hand, so you can change them pretty easily if you want to. But I mean, just the detail on that, because usually with the normal guy's shields, you just wouldn't have got that level of detail on it. Usually, you'd get the HQ guy would have a great shield, and then the normal guys would just be plain.
Yeah, which is boring. And I like that they're all exactly the same, so they actually look like a unit. That they're really detailed, but they actually work together. Just quickly flip that over again. Just at least one of them was not at the hand, but these two are at the hand.
And, that's a bit higher up, that one, but that doesn't matter because you've still got those two. You
You've still got the elbow.
Yeah, and all the swords are at the elbow joint, so you can use these swords for other guys.
Shoulder joint.
Shoulder joint.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. So easily to convert. You can just use those or swap them out for a different weapon depending on your chapter. Because some people you've got to have thunder hammers.
Exactly.
Some people you've got to have axes. Black Templars for me, obviously, I'm sticking with the swords.
You've got iron halos everywhere for when you get force
each
blasted.
guy has an iron halo. That's awesome. And then you've got, oh man, the backpacks. Look at this one. It's probably the chaplain's one.
All of the purity seals.
That's so cool. That's so cool. It's definitely for the chaplain.
Even the actual seals have more detail than normal. Just see some little skulls on there. Some that are tucked under the vents.
Yeah. And there's the big old Judicar sword.
What's that text say on there?
It says like Terminatus, I think.
No, classic.
Terminus or something. This means die.
Yeah.
This means I'm going to kill you. That is a cool sword. I wasn't such a big fan of it having a flat edge, but I might just snip it so it's got a pointy edge.
Yeah, good do.
I mean, it's big enough that even if you snip a little bit off, it's still going to be pretty big.
It's still a gigantic sword.
Yeah, I mean, I get what they're going for because it's like an executioner's sword, so it doesn't need to stand.
Yeah. I'm just
stuff
chopping
off.
your head off, that's it.
Yeah, but for me, I kind of want to
And he
kill
does
that
have
sword.
literally your time is up as one of his accessories.
And this is a really cool head. I think that's the Ancient's head with the iron halo on top. That's badass. That's very cool though. And the other heads are pretty normal. And there's a few dead Necron bits as well.
Yeah, they're really tied in the different models quite well.
Yeah, to put on your bases. Just
Choose which guy that goes on.
those are cool. The Eradicators, yeah, they're pretty just normal Gravis Primaris guys, but it's great to see that we've got some different options in Gravis armor finally.
and some special weapons / heavy. Well, I'm not sure what kind of weapons these will be. So go to the next sprue and I'll quickly have a look.
Well, next sprue is Space Marines again, and it's the chainsaw dudes. The Assault Intercessors, I think they're called.
Yep.
Yeah, they look how I expected them to look. Very cool.
Charging, ready for action. Proper size chainswords.
Yeah, proper size chainsword. I was trying to use old school marine chainswords on my Primaris Black Templars, and they looked ridiculous.
Yeah, they always look cool when he was making them, and then when you hit the table, they're just small.
Yeah, they look like toys.
Yeah, nice chain daggers.
So it's great, and we've got a nice little bionic arm with a plasma pistol.
And the plasma pistol just looks redesigned, sort of Belisarius cool-esque.
Yeah, the air looks a bit.
Doesn't look like it's going to overload because you touched it.
But that's great for Iron Hand players.
Yeah, perfect.
Right, and we got another sprue of that. There's
Yep, exactly the same. So you can
it's 5 and 5.
head swaps, as he's already said many times. You can change the weapons around with whatever you've got in your bits box. Change the backpacks a bit.
Yep. So, and then, this one's the proper HQ
Proper leader
one.
with the most important part on that sprue is the dead Necron. And then also, if you flip it over, you can see the best helmet.
Yep, Crusader helm. That's sick. Look at that.
Does he have a helmet on under the helmet? Or is that his bare face? The top looks like a helmet.
Oh yeah, that bit's a helmet. So the visor's literally just over his mouth.
Just a visor over his
Yeah,
mouth.
yeah. So he's ready for COVID.
Of course. Got filters on there as well. Not just cotton.
Yeah, that's sick. I mean, obviously, I think Space Marine get the better half there. Look at the size of this sprue compared to that one.
Even the base, it looks like the base and the detail for the base is close to a good third of the plastic compared to.
Yeah, and he gets 3 different head options.
Yeah.
You get one.
Yeah, and this is the Overlord.
Oh,
Apparently in charge of everything.
Yeah, apparently this guy's in charge of everything, not the Scorpec Destroyer.
But then what we all know that Necrons are proper warriors, not a bunch of posers.
But, I mean, just look at that. To go on his shield.
Yeah, that's amazing.
The skull, the skeleton guy to go on his shield.
So much good stuff for converting completely outside of this. So obviously you sculpt something on that shield, or it's just ruined if you use this for something else. But looking forward to seeing what people do with that.
Yeah, like sticking out on the side of a tank or something.
Yeah, it's like Sisters of Battle reliquaries, just adding to the many skulls, bones, death iconography that is GW's thing.
Yeah, I'm kind of liking how his body's almost one solid bit. You just stick in the back bit. The back of the body.
It's
and
almost
then
like when we started in 3rd edition, just that.
Yeah.
Just front plate, back plate.
Just so much easier than some of the.
If you didn't want this, and for some reason just wanted loincloth instead of the full. I can't remember what that's called. It's the knightly tunic.
Tabard.
Tabard, of course.
Tabard.
But if you just wanted it on the front, then you could just put one of the older back parts of the torso on.
Yeah.
Looks like it would fit.
Cool. Right.
So another double sprue. Just got the so this one and then one below is exactly the same. Just got the Necron Warriors with some of the coolest changes to Necrons. That everything's awesome in this, but the Scarabs finally are just exactly the same model that you put on the one base 4 times. Got different scales on them, 3 different poses, some little rocks for them to crawl over. And then for the actual warriors, you've got 10, which is great on here. You can see this being split in half, and it's going to be the warrior box when they finally do it. Got the classic Gorse Flayer, and then Gorse Flencers, I think these are. So you've got shorter range, also rapid fire, but better AP.
Yep. I mean, it's
Head
great
options as
that
well.
these are all one piece, because how annoying was it to put the rods in?
Oh yeah, that
the
was
old ones?
the worst that I've seen from the artwork in the book, and I'm sure it's been on Community as well. And Ian telling me last time we saw each other that they are actually doing another monolith, which is great. That the rods on that were probably the only time rods made sense, because you just slot them into a wall basically. There was no finicking, just fiddling around and snapping the end of your Gorse blaster off. But with these, just you can choose your colour, which people did with those rods anyway. They bought new rods or just painted it, which completely defeated the whole point of Lego. This is 40k. So these look great. You've got 20 different heads on here, so you can have various levels of destruction. And not much else to say with them really. Poses are good. just from having a look at them, this bit's a bit dodgy. We'll be doing a building thing later on.
Yep, skeleton arms, always.
But they seem finickier than they are. But they're going to be alright.
Mm-hmm.
Plastic's really strong. It's not 1995 anymore.
Great. That's all the models.
So thank you for watching this at shrunkenTERRA Gaming. Just the chatter is people enjoying themselves in the background. But that'll be happening more now that we're finally out of lockdown. Mostly out of lockdown.
Yep.
Hope you're doing the same at your local store, and we'll see you next time.
Yep, see ya.